Well, good morning. City Hall, State House, Capitol Hill, there's always stuff happening, and every week we try to sort through it here and get some kind of semblance of order to the whole mess. And here to help us do that this week is our pal from the Boston Globe, ace political reporter Jim O'Sullivan. Welcome, Jim.
John, thanks for having me. Good
to have you here. So Tuesday is preliminary election day in Boston and a number of cities in our viewing area. It appears, with all due respect to the other two candidates on the ballot, absolutely you should vote for whoever you want to and not take any cue from pundits. But I think realistically it's likely that the incumbent Marty Walsh will face City Councilor Tito Jackson in the runoff in November. So help set the scene for our viewers here. If Councilor Jackson is going to get traction against a much better financed, better known, popular incumbent, where's that traction going to come from?
Well, he's going to have to do what he's been doing, which is make the populist argument against Mayor Walsh. And his argument is that, look, Marty's too in the pocket of business. He's not doing enough for the schools. He's not doing enough for against crime. And he's been making that argument, but he's just not doing it loudly enough, and he's not doing it effectively enough. And at this point, now the race doesn't start, right? They said the race doesn't start till after Labor Day. This race really doesn't start until after the prelim. And he hasn't been getting traction. And Mayor Walsh, like you said, is popular. He's got a lot of money. And basically, this race has been quiet so far.
I mean, there's a rule of thumb in politics. If you're going to knock off an incumbent, you better get them the first time they run for re-election. Certainly, that's true around here. You look at Tom Menino's trajectory. First of all, is Walsh setting up as another Menino in terms of being, you know, mayor for life?
That's a great question. I don't think that Mayor Walsh wants to be mayor for life. Certainly, he's in a great position, and the power of the incumbency in any mayoralty, but particularly in Boston, is extremely potent. You have fundraising advantages. It's a small town. You have the business community wired. In Walsh's case, he has the labor community wired. And that only leaves so many constituencies for somebody else to round up and make a run against him.
What does he want?
Oh, well, you would have to ask the redhead that himself. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he wants. Look, Walsh is an ambitious guy. He always has been. He's always kind of fought above what other people thought was his weight class. If you'll recall, election night 2004, everybody around here thought John Kerry was going to win. John Kerry thought John Kerry was going to win, and Marty Walsh was lining up to run for Congress as a state rep.
Yeah, interesting. Well, one issue or set of issues that's been really catching my eye lately is the extent to which our political leaders, Mayor Walsh in Boston, Governor Baker also, have been betting big on tech. Right. General Electric, which is in this big conversion of being more of a tech-oriented company, lured here to Boston amid a lot of fanfare. Now we're talking about moving heaven and earth to bring Amazon in here, and in general, going back to Governor Patrick, you know, big bets on life sciences, life sciences and so forth. All of a sudden, the bloom is a little bit off the rose for the big tech companies. There's talking about antitrust action down in Washington. Is this possibly a political liability for Baker, Walsh, or anyone else around here going forward?
Well, they better hope not. I mean, look, we've invested so much. I mean, so much of the state's identity really is wrapped up in tech. I mean, if you listen to Ed Markey give a speech, he'll tell you that we're not just the Bay State, we're also the brain state.
Oh, God, please.
One of his many fantastic puns. But, you know, look, it plays to our strengths, right? We have universities. We'd like to think we have the infrastructure to handle some of these companies. I'm not so sure that's true if you ride the T on any regular basis. But if we don't have tech, and it goes back 30 years, right? It goes back to the 495 corridor. If we don't have tech, we have a problem. So if they bet and lose, they have much bigger problems than just losing Amazon.
All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Jim O'Sullivan of the Boston Globe and maybe take a look at the year that's just around the corner, election year 2018. In a moment, stay with us. Welcome back. We're talking with Jim O'Sullivan of the Boston Globe. And Jim, just a couple of weeks ago, Governor Baker was part of a panel that went down to Congress to testify about health care reform. Part of this apparently now shelved effort to come up with bipartisan fixes to Obamacare. And on the Senate panel that was questioning them was Senator Elizabeth Warren. Now, both Warren and Baker will be on the ballot next year. And the Democratic Party's priorities are A, One re-electing her, 1A getting rid of Baker. Maybe it's the other way around. But, boy, it was like a love fest.
Sounded like they wanted to be on the ticket together.
Yeah, it really did. Is that a problem for the Democrats?
It's a huge problem for the Democrats, right? It's, you know, you have a very popular governor, a less popular senior senator, right? His numbers are better than hers in the state. And it makes sense for her to associate herself with him on an individual basis, but on a party basis. You know, you talk to Democrats privately, and they're beating their head against the wall. They say, look, we don't have none of our top people will come out and criticize Governor Baker, right? The mayor, of course, who has a platform to do it, won't do it.
Right.
They're buddy-buddy. The speaker, to a lesser extent, the Senate president, nobody wants to go up against Mr. 74%, right? And they've failed utterly so far to take any chunk out of his armor. And, I mean, if you're a Jay Gonzalez, a Seti Warren, a Bob Massey running for governor, you're going to be looking around and saying, hey, somebody else get on board here. Because they're the people running against him are the only ones criticized.
Marty Walsh isn't going to lift a finger to beat Baker next year.
It's almost reached the point where a one-party state, you know, where nobody's criticizing anybody. Yeah. Which is fine if you like comedy, but if you like partisan politics, it's a little boring.
Well, people say they want bipartisanship.
Right, they do.
We'll see how that shakes out. Well, that's maybe a bright note for the GOP, but here in Massachusetts, but might be the only one. I mean, they've got a Senate primary shaping up that could very well highlight a real schism within the Republican Party here. You've got Jeff Deal, the state rep who's running, was part of the Trump campaign last year, very pro-Trump. Right. And then you've got two other potential candidates, Beth Lindstrom and John Kingston, who are making it clear they don't like Trump. How do you see that rift playing out? I
mean, it's almost a microcosm of the national GOP, right? Yeah. Where you have the populist wing. Now, Jeff Deal is sort of trying to inhabit that space, and he led the repeal of the gas tax indexing ballot question. And then on the other side, you have the managerial wing of the GOP, what they call the establishment GOP, right? And those folks are out of the Romney-Baker mold. Beth Lindstrom, of course, worked for Mitt Romney, and Kingston is a business guy who's far more inclined to the center than is a guy like Jeff Deal. And that's, I mean, we saw that play out in 2016, you know, and in a national context, the populist wing obviously won by electing Trump. In the state context, in the Massachusetts context, the managerial wing wins every time. And a lot of times, the populist wing never even gets out of the blocks.
Because there's already a schism within the party between the social conservatives and the Bakerites.
Right. Right, absolutely.
So this just adds to that.
It adds to that, and Baker so far has done a pretty good job of navigating that and sort of suppressing the dissent on his right and playing to the middle a little bit more, which is where he needs to be. As a Republican in Massachusetts, you can't win without playing to the middle.
Well, a couple good things about a hotly contested election year here in Massachusetts. It gives us lots to talk about, gives us more opportunities to read your coverage in the Globe. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim. Jim O'Sullivan of the Boston Globe. That is all my time for this morning, but now I'm going to turn it over to my colleagues for more WBZ News.